So in Texas, one father is fighting to stop his ex-wife from turning his son into his daughter. And amazingly, you'd think he would have a lot of allies in this. Nobody with power is doing anything to help him. Shocking story. When people are too afraid to stand up, evil occurs. That father joins us next to tell us his story. Plus, one of the worst crimes we can imagine in Portland, Oregon, a man's face gets chewed. Why? Or is it just inevitable when you drop all standards in a city like Portland? We've got a report on that next. California has now declared itself a sanctuary state for adults who want to sexually mutilate their children in the name of gender ideology. One father in Texas called Jeff Younger now fears that his ex-wife is taking advantage of this deranged law that we will all be ashamed of a generation from now. She's just moved to California with their 9-year-old son. She is convinced that the boy is actually a girl.
You're a boy, right?
No, I'm a girl.
Who told you you were a girl?
Mommy.
When did she tell you you were a girl?
'Cause I love girls.
Oh, I see. So mommy told you you were a girl?
Uh-huh.
Does mommy do anything else like with a girl with you?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Like dresses.
What does she do?
She do put them on me.
She puts dresses on you? Oh, wow.
Ah, that's just the saddest thing. That's a child. Well, Jeff Younger, the father of that boy, went to the Texas Supreme Court to try to protect his son. He wanted an order to prevent his ex-wife from having the boy sexually mutilated in the state of California. But the court rejected his petition in an 8-1 vote. Shocking. Jeff Younger joins us tonight. Mr. Younger, thank you very much for coming on. Boy, you watch that video and it just hurts.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first iPhone video I ever took, and, you know, my blood ran cold when I realized what she had planned for that boy. And, you know, it escalated to eventually she registered him in school as a girl. I had to shut that down. So the Capel School District began to secretly transition my son. I'd bring my son to school in boys' clothes, and they'd give him a dress and make him use the girls' restroom. And it even escalated further where she began to present him to the world as a girl. I lived under temporary orders from a court where I wasn't even allowed to tell my son that he was a boy, where I had to present him to the world as a girl. And, you know, his twin brother got completely confused by all this. We wound up going to a 2019 trial where the courts gave me 50-50 custody and joint conservator rights to check her ability to transition my son. And the corrupt Democrat establishment in Dallas County transferred my case into the 301st District Court with Judge Mary Brown, and she never implemented the trial with a jury verdict, and as through temporary orders stripped me of all my parental rights and eventually allowed my ex to move to California right before, just a few days before the sanctuary law in California went into effect.
So it's so upsetting. I mean, we're talking about destroying a child's life. 9, you know, even last year, people who were in favor, who believed that you could change sexes by active will, even they would concede 9 was too young. Now we're just completely off the rails.
Yes.
Did any adult in authority step up to help you and protect this 9-year-old boy?
No, she started transitioning when he was 2. She tried to enroll him in a gender clinic when he was 5, the Genesis Clinic in Dallas, Texas. The pediatrician's records show that she intended to chemically castrate him at age 8 or 9, his current age, and then he magically moves to California. You know, I don't think this is an accident. Absolutely no one in the state of Texas has stood up for me except for Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General. I went to the legislature on 2 sessions, and by some quantitative measures, I generated more political power for a bill against transgender child abuse than for any bill in Texas history. Some offices were recording 300 lobbyists a day on my bills. We could not get that bill passed because the Speaker of the House, Dade Phelan, blocked those bills from passage. So the legislature did nothing. The governor did not mobilize the agencies to protect Texas children from these abusive procedures, sterilization and chemical castration. Did nothing. I could not get the executive branch to move. I thought I would get relief in the appellate courts, in the judicial branch, and I go up to the Texas Supreme Court, and they determine absurdly that my wife is no more likely to transition my son in California under the sanctuary laws than she would in Texas. And absurdly, not even really reading Senate Bill 107, claims that we can enforce an injunction against her in California when a plain reading of the bill says that they will not enforce these injunctions, they will not obey subpoenas, they will not obey extradition, and they will not return the children to me under any circumstances.
At some point, all of these children will be adults, and they're going to look at us, the adults who should have been protecting them.
They will.
With rage, yeah, but not you. You've done your best, and our heart goes out to you for real, and your boy, Jeff Younger. Thank you.
Thank you, Tucker.